Hey Rangers, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at King Sphinx, and I've got to admit I didn't kind of see this coming out, but this is the Lightning Collection monster range that they have. So basically here we go, we have King Sphinx here, we have a lovely kind of display. Again, black nose, no nose, and I think that they could easily have painted the mouth. Like, this is not a bad thing, this is the first ever King Sphinx one I've had. But before we continue this review, if you want to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified by the end of the month, to be notified when more videos drop. Also, I'm trying to reach 18,000 subscribers by the end of the year, hopefully. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, it would really help me out. So yeah, let's continue. So yeah, King Sphinx, figure, lightning effect, wings, blah blah blah, Mighty Morphin King Sphinx there. King Sphinx, that's a really cool pose actually. There he's there, right there. Nothing at the top and nothing at the bottom. So let's open up this bad boy and have a look inside. Now I will say this, I have to hold on to him because he literally falls down like that. See, he feels very top heavy, but that's literally what it looks like. Now, as much as I don't like lightning effects, I think this one really works well because it feels like it's a lightning effect. But you can see, like, even by the pegs here and here, that it's a little bit different. Like, these are bad boys. These are the ones that you want. I just really wish that nose is Voldemort all over again. But yeah, it looks like a sturdy figure. And here he is. Here is King Sphinx. And I've got to admit, I was impressed with this. This boy is heavy. I have got to admit, I didn't expect it to be this cool. I generally saw some photos, and I generally was like, eh. But this is definitely kind of worth the money. And if they're making more like this, I think this is going to be great. So let's have a look. So first of all, we've got the holographics here. I said that wrong, I apologize. So we've got the kind of that. I really wish you had a bit more kind of black wash on it, because it would kind of stand out a lot more, especially with this being kind of a premium range. We've got the color scheme, which is fine. You've got the eyes. Like, again, it just looks like Voldemort. Like, you could have painted his nose. I don't know why. And maybe put some more stuff around his mouth. You've got the snake on top, and then you've got this kind of look. I like these things here, but it feels like a badge, like, hello, my name is King Sphinx, something like that. So it'd be kind of interesting to know if this actually read something. If it is in the show, let me know down below. Coming down to his chest, the guy is ripped, not gonna lie. The eye, which I'm guessing maybe the Eye of Horus or something, which is in there, which I think is kind of cool. But I really just like the way that his six-pack is, and then we can see his kind of like loincloth or cloth exact there, which is fine. Which this does look really kind of cool. But one thing is, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but just here, like, all this is great, but he's got this sort of kind of mermaid type shell, like the turquoise, just like that. So literally you can see it there, which is just literally just on his things. I can see it a little bit on the legs, which we're going to come see now, but dear God, I actually generally think this is kind of cool. Quickly looking here, we've got an ankh, and then you got some more detail, which I think is cool. Again, the mermaid detail there and there, which looks nice. Looking at his legs, I love the fact that his knee joints are completely a different color, so it kind of really like separates. So I like this. I like the claws, the feet, the toenails, the claws basically. I think that looks really nice. I think this is a really cool figure so far. Looking at the back, you can just see the muscles, you can see the veins. Like, I'm gonna go with veins, but that looks like paint residue, because it's not on the other side. So for one point, it looks like he's got a vein there, which I think would have been kind of cool, to be fair. We've got the different joints. It's not exactly the same. And also we have his tail. When we look at the back of this, we can see that there is tons of like kind of detail here and here, which is fine. It looks creased, which again I kind of see with all kind of monsters. So it's not just like a plain plastic, and we can see that his tail is just there. Now, kind of looking at the back, these holes are for the wings that we're going to attach in a little bit, and then we can see some more detail just literally just there. On his kind of the shoulder pads, and then we've got this here. Now this kind of reminds me of like something from my childhood, like the computer from Defenders of the Earth for some strange bizarre reason, but I like this sort of memory. And even on his kind of like this part here, if you can just see it, there are kind of little kind of like marks which look like the stress marks, which is pretty much similar to these, like just there, which is fine. I really like that small addition to it. I think it works absolutely perfect for it. Let's have a look at the articulation test. Now, the feet do kind of click. Let's just see if it's, oh look, that's an easier one. Wait, if you notice on your figures, let me know. The leg kind of like, since I moved that one, just drops down a bit. Like, it's not a major thing, but like you have to put some force between his legs there, which I think is kind of cool. So up and down, like there's not much there, but the legs become a little bit more free, but you have to really kind of click it in. So his torso moves as well. That's there. So it feels a bit flimsy, like this doesn't feel right, like the build is completely wrong. So arms move up a little bit, but they see that looks a lot better, like compared to like SPD Blue and stuff like that. Like his arms are much better when they come down. So we can see that. No, he doesn't. He only comes with one set of hands, which is fine. So they do kind of turn around, as you can see. So you can see that it does. It just, most of it just seems kind of harder to do, like that. And so like he's not too bad. Does his head move? Like, yeah, his head moves, but not all the way around, and that's just because of this stopping it. So again, if you're the type of person that has a figure but the head turned around on display, can you please let me know, because I really want to know if people like that sort of thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it so far. I found the one thing that really infuriates me with this figure already, and it's the wings. Now, adding the wings on should be really easy, but they just kind of fall out, because I don't know if it's the way that in the back of this figure here, that when you try and put the things in, they're meant to stay, but it feels like they're not. Even if you try and push them in to try and make them, it just feels like they just attach, but again, that's it. So you can't really pose it. Now normally if you try and take the head off, like, or something, it clicks in. So I imagine this going click, but trying to put it all the way in, like either you try and twist and stuff like that, but they either meant to just to rest there. So you could say, right, I want it posed like so. But to me, that is a major bad default. And the fact is that you think that you'd be able to click it in. Like, I'm trying to force it all the way in, but it just falls off. So I generally don't know if that is a default or whatever, but I think that is a major letdown. And for the first line of this really kind of irritates me. Like, it shouldn't be like that, even if you've got the right wings. So obviously it's the curve, so we know that this one goes in this one, and it just keeps dropping out. So if you've got the same problem, or you know how to attach the wings properly, let me know, because that shouldn't be a thing. It should literally just go click, pretty much like Goldar, and thus therefore then I can adjust it to whatever I want. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave them off, but I think that's a really bad thing. Looks good that way, but that's roughly about it. So let's move him there and there. His basic weapon is very basic color wise. I think it looks fine, but it looks like this feels like paper, or it could be a paper type texture. And then obviously we can put on the effect here if need be, whichever way it wants to be, or we can wrap it around and add to it. So kind of if you want to add that sort of effect, or if you want to have more lightning, you could literally just pop it there, and that'll be it. So I think they're really good ideas at times, but I just generally really don't like it. So yeah, you could have it like that, and thus therefore he's attacking. So there we go, that's pretty much it. So I kind of really wanted to look at the size comparison. Like this is fine. Like I imagine all the monsters. Now I know Goldar isn't the same, so as my friend and I have been talking about, I guarantee that, you know, he mentions that they're going to bring out another Goldar the same size as like King Sphinx and the others, blah blah blah. If they do, that's a bad mistake. But anyway, looking at this looks absolutely fine. Like I really do generally kind of think this is cool, like the size comparison. I think there's still a lot of kinks to kind of figure out, but that's a little bit of thing for much later on in the figure line. But yeah, these look really cool for what they are. So there we go. There is King Sphinx. And I've got to admit, for this one, I'm not a huge fan. I feel like I love the figure. Like, the figure is really cool. Don't get me wrong on that one. But I feel like the wings, like, they need to be attached better. I feel like this is a flaw, or I'm not doing something right. Maybe I'm getting the wrong wings in the right place. But by the looks of them, when you've got them curved and you try and put them in the right place, they kind of like fail. Like, looking at that, if need be, that would be absolutely awesome if they worked well. You know, can you imagine that? That looks absolutely amazing. But without it, it just feels like like, these are the one things I really wanted to do. But yeah, like, the effect that you get is kind of cool with the lightning and the rod. Looks cool. Fair dues. Not going to complain on that one. But for me on this one, I think I'm going to give it a bit of a miss, because I feel like this definitely needs more work. If you're going to do monsters with wings, at least make them like the pegs attachable. Do it something slightly different. That would be my type of thing that I bring in. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Do you feel like they need to bring out more with this, or are you okay with it? Let me know down below. And also, did you have problems with yours with attaching the wings? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as leave a comment and check the notification bell, then that would be a great help. Cool. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.